And let's run it for the cardio.
Well, come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
I appreciate y'all tapping in with me, rocking with me. Salute the Bleach Report and all that good stuff. Tell your friends to download the Bleach Report app. I find it interesting, man. You know, shouts out to my Bleach Report cohorts, man. But we be telling people watching Bleach Report to download the Bleach Report app. How that work? Hey, tell a friend to download the Bleach Report app, man. Tell your mama, tell all of her friends, tell everybody, not only to download it, but to make sure that they tap into the Voch Lombardi tab. All right. Make sure they follow Cowboys and all this good stuff. All right. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Now, I just think there's a fair little setup before we proceed with the proceedings this evening. There must be a little setup, just a small smidge of it, right? Your Dallas Cowboys have not uphold their end of the bargain here. We thought that the Dallas Cowboys were going to come in and pick up where they left off last year, week 18. I don't want to say wild card in the playoffs. That's nonsense. Never. But at least pick up where they left off in week 18, offensively and defensively. And I feel like last year there was such an acclimation process, right? There was such an acclimation process last year to where, you know, you would go, well, all right, we're trash for like 6 weeks. Can we do something to improve that? We're trash for 6 weeks. Can we do anything to improve that? And I think the thing that we did to improve that was CeeDee Lamb allegedly cussed Mike McCarthy out and said, hey, we need to do this differently. And Dak joined later. I don't think he cussed Mike out, but they all came together and said, hey, the things that we should do differently start here. Okay. And there we go. And like clockwork, okay, like clockwork, we saw this crazy improvement from, it was like after the bye week or whatever, right? We saw this improvement from after week 6 and 7 all the way to week 18. So in my mind, as a Cowboy fan, I'm going, man, boy, all I need to do, man, like an adult boy, like a kid, my fault, man, boy, all we need to do is take what we did in week 18 and work on that in the offseason, make it our identity, and build on that. The Cowboys started all the way over from week 1. All the way. Tap into Bleacher Report. We talking Cowboy trades. Appreciate y'all. So I'm like, yeah, man, it'll be incredible if we picked up where we left off last year. But the Cowboys did not. The Cowboys are starting over, and we picked up where we left off in week 1 last year, which is ridiculous and nonsense. So now we're here in week 5 going into this game versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Week 4? Week 5? We're going into this game versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Dallas Cowboys. We're going into this game versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's a must-win early in the season. It is a early season must-win. Voch, why is it a must-win this early in the season? Because if you lose to Pittsburgh, you're 2-3. You definitely losing to Detroit after that. That's 2-4. And 9 times out of 10, you losing to San Francisco after that, which will make you 2-5. Oh no, you don't want to be 2-5. So now, instead of building upon all this continuity, instead of building upon the scheme to make things easier for you guys, instead of taking this next level step in coaching to try to elevate yourself to be better than you were last year, the Dallas Cowboys have to find other people to come in and damn help so we could be successful. But y'all know Jerry Jones and them, boy.
Hey, Voch.
Oh boy, VOCHLONBARD. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. Hey man, let's just talk about it real quick, man. Let's just talk about some of these trade rumors, because I think that's the only way you get better right now is you have to go get better dudes. I mean, coaching is important. All right. But if you're going to be an offensive coach that runs all hitches and slants, hey, you need better dudes to run all hitches and slants. If you have a young, modern, innovative offensive scheme where you get guys open easily and you run a ton of motion and you mix up the looks every single week, you can possibly be a good offense with CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Tolbert, and Ryan Flournoy because Brandon Cooks is hurt. Jalen Tolbert, Ryan Flournoy, Jalen Brooks, and Brandon Cooks ain't finna be good running hitches and slants all day. So the Cowboys, or Cowboy fans, I would say, the Cowboy fans have taken this opportunity. Okay, they have taken this opportunity to not only theorize on what players can help us because your scheme is so bad, but we so hurt and we so trash because of the blatant negligence of your daggone front office. Now we're in trade. Now we're in trade deadline talking week 5, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we have here. So let's go through it. Let's go through some of those Twitter scenarios that Cowboy fans have been talking about. Some of these Twitter scenarios that Cowboy fans have been theorizing about. And I'll tell you whether it's true or whether it's cap. True is if, I can see this being a possible thing if we put our heads together and try our best and hope we can get this figured out. But if it's cap, we know why it's cap. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this name here. Let's bring up Jonathan Allen. Gosh, why are we talking about Jonathan Allen for the Washington Football Wizards, Voch Lombardi? Why are we even bringing him into this thing? Well, you are, and look, let me just be clear. Mozzie had one of the best games of his whole career, but his career is subjective. My thoughts and opinions on Mozzie Smith's career, we'll need to be diving deep into how good or bad Mozzie's career is. But whether Mozzie played one of his best games that he's ever played in his life, at the end of the day, Mozzie Smith is your starting one tech, and that's horrible. Mozzie Smith is your starting A-gap player, and that's horrible. Why is that horrible? Because Linval Joseph ain't good enough to beat Mozzie Smith out. So there's some Cowboy fans that's going, hey, yo, Voch, it sure would be nice if we had some extra, tackle help or whatever, D tackle help, right? And Jonathan Allen typically ain't an A-gap guy, but he plays A-gap better than Linval Joseph and better than Mozzie Smith right now. So I saw some Cowboy fans theorizing. It was like, hey, yo, Voch, you think Jonathan Allen and all of his nation of domination, all of his ass whoop, you think he could show up and the Cowboys will trade something to go get Jonathan Allen? Well, early in the offseason, I thought this would be realistic. Because early in the offseason, you would think that the Washington Football Wizards would be terrible. Ladies and gentlemen, the league is so messed up right now. The Washington Football Wizards are number 1 in the East right now. Let me just double check. Make sure I ain't just selling wolf tickets here. The Wizards are 3-1 right now. The Cowboys are tied with 2-2 with the Eagles. I love a good Eagle collapse, by the way. They're tied 2-2 with the Eagles, and the beloved New York Giants are 1-6. Okay, so Washington is in first place right now, and there's no Dan Quinn good vibe in the world. There's no, hey, let me put my arm around you and ask for a favor that we can ask of Dan Quinn that would allow him to approve of the front office trading Jonathan Allen to the Dallas Cowboys. I don't foresee it. I just do not foresee it. I think that'll make the Cowboys too good, and that'll make the Washington Football Wizards a little worse than what they were. Amber alert. It'll make the Washington Football Wizards worse than what they are right now, and they're a number 1 team right now. So why would they help Dallas? I think the only way that you can get Jonathan Allen from the Washington Football Wizards is you would have to send a king's ransom to go get him, and y'all know. I like Jerry Face in this picture. He looking at us like we damn crazy. Yeah, we can theorize it as fans all day, but I love this picture because Jerry looking at us like we damn crazy for even thinking that a king's ransom would get paid up in here. But it's all good. Game is game, chat. Jonathan Allen is not in our future. It is what it is. Whatever. Might as well just move on. Caller Steve said the Joneses won't do anything to improve the team. You damn right they won't. Let's move on, chat. What's another possible free agent that the Dallas Cowboys are looking for now? The Cowboys are depleted in their edge room. Both of your first edges are dealing with injuries right now. Micah Parsons will probably be 2 or 3 weeks or so. We got a bye week, so he'll be back after that. Maybe San Fran, possibly. But DeMarcus Lawrence got the Liz Frank situation. If you don't know what the Liz Frank situation is, go see Jordan Lewis. He'll tell you what the Liz Frank situation is. So I don't think DeMarcus Lawrence is going to be good for a while. I'm thinking 6 or 7 weeks or so. But long story short, we're depleted at defensive end. So this brings me to the next Twitter rumor that we've been hearing, Hassan Reddick. Now, Chad, I know what you're doing. Voch, Hassan Reddick don't play with the Eagles no more. Why he got that Eagle stuff on? Why he ain't got no Jet stuff? Because his ass ain't playing. I'll give you $5 if you can find me a Hassan Reddick picture of him wearing a Jets jersey in the regular season. I'll give you some money if you can find that for me. Hassan Reddick has not played it down with the New York Jets because he desires a new contract. He desires a new contract. Let me look up and see what the Jets gave up to go get Hassan Reddick here. Jets trade for Hassan Reddick. Let me see what the Jets gave up capital wise. So the Jets gave up a 2026 third round pick. And that could become a second round pick if Reddick plays at least 67% of this season and has 10 or more sacks. Okay, so look, it ain't finna be a second round pick, y'all. Ain't no way that should be a second round. Ain't no way. Hey, ain't no way that's about to be a second round pick. So that's looking like a third round pick. Okay, a 2026, not even this year, but next year's 2026 third round pick. So let me just ask. Be like, hey, man, you know, New York Jets, you gave up a 2026 third to go give him. Can we give you a 2025 fourth or something? Can we give you something to get Hassan Reddick back? And Hassan is basically holding out because he wants some more money. And the Jets feel like, hey, you know, we knew that you wanted a new contract, but that don't necessarily mean that we're going to pay you money for a new contract. We traded for you. We expect you to play. But Hassan Reddick is missing out on millions of dollars because he wants to stand on business. So if you're the Dallas Cowboys and you trade, let's just say you trade a 4th round pick for Reddick, Hassan Reddick, he's going to want a contract when he gets here. So, chat, is it realistic for the Cowboys to pursue Hassan Reddick and he want a contract when he get here? Psh. Love this picture of Jerry Jones looking at us like he crazy. I love this picture of Jerry Jones looking at us like the nerve of us thinking Hassan Reddick would ever. T-Jack said, I would rather have Simmons. Hey, Jeffrey Simmons would be fantastic, but I don't even know if is he available? Is he in the trade rooms? I haven't seen Cowboy fans talk about Jeffrey Simmons too much. What up, K-Ron? Nathan Drake says, can you explain to people that the valuation of a franchise doesn't mean that's what they have to spend on signing? Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Cowboys are the most fiscally successful sports franchise in sports. Football, basketball, baseball, soccer, whatever. They got all the monies, right? But every team in the league has a salary cap that they got to go through. They got a salary cap. They only have every team is allotted a certain amount of money that they have to spend. And that amount of money is not, you know, reflective of how much money that your franchise has. Because some of these franchises broke as hell. Some of these franchises are paycheck to paycheck. The Cowboys are not paycheck to paycheck, but they have the same amount of money to spend that the Washington Football Wizards do. So that's just that. Appreciate you, Nathan Drake. We aren't going to give him a contract to get on the field. That's exactly why this is Jerry Jones' face. He was inactive last week. Jeffrey Simmons wasn't active last week. Oh, you better hold the damn phone. What's going on with Jeffrey Simmons? Now, wait a minute. Hold on. What's going on with Jeffrey Simmons? Why he was inactive? They say he returned from Tommy John injury. Don't you get that in baseball? Like, why he got Tommy John injury? Meanwhile, if y'all been following me during draft season or whatever, right, you see how good Sweat is, right? Tavondre Sweat, yeah. Yeah. I think Simmons is inactive because he had Tommy John surgery, and the Titans got a week 5 bye, so he'll probably be back in week 6. Yeah. He hurt. Yeah, he hurt. Yeah, he ain't inactive because of no mess. I mean, I would love it if he was, but you know how I go. No. So shoot, just to add that to the list, we ain't getting Jeffrey Simmons neither.
Did you hear what I said?
Y'all ain't hear me. But anyway, man, Chad, we definitely heard this one today. Who was it? Diana Rossini came out and said it. Let me go look up what Diana Rossini said so I can see exactly how she worded this, because you know, I'm not just a regular small YouTuber no more. I'll get in trouble if I misquote somebody nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want no problems here. I don't want no problems from Miss Rossini. Let's see what Diana Rossini had to say about Davante Adams. She said Pittsburgh involved, but her original tweet was, you know, Cowboys were involved. And I feel like every time somebody is on the trade block or they have some sort of trade availability, I just think the Cowboys name just gets brought up for no reason. How to do this? Let's see. Share Diana Rossini. Hell, Judge Judy doing down there. Diana Rossini says the Jets and the Cowboys are among the many teams monitoring Davante Adams' situation. Both have checked in with the Raiders. I'm told at this point that Vegas is in no rush to make a move until a team reaches their asking price, but Adams wants out. I do believe that Adams wants out. I'm not going to be silly here. I do believe Davante Adams don't want to be a part of this thing at all. I do believe that. But Chad, let me just teach y'all a secret, man, because I reached out to my source, man, and my source say Cowboys don't know what the hell they talking about. That's news to them. Let me just teach y'all about nomenclature real fast. That's just how you say some words that you use and how you say it. Diana says the Cowboys and the Jets are among many teams monitoring the Davante Adams trade situation. Chat, let me just keep it a buck with you. Can I be real? Let's just say Marcus McFarland in the chat, right? Let's just say, for example, Marcus McFarland cut on ESPN this morning. And Marcus McFarland saw on ESPN that they were talking about Davante Adams not wanting to be in Vegas anymore. I can officially come out and tweet and say, Marcus McFarland is monitoring the situation. That makes sense. We all monitoring this. I'm monitoring this month. You know what I'm saying? We all monitoring this shit. We want to know what's going on. And shouts out to Diana Rossini, man. Like, this is gonna get a lot of clicks on the internet, but nomenclature is important. How you say things is important. The words that you pick in particular is important. Man. Yo, the Cowboys been watching film on Pat Mahomes. We all have. We all are monitoring and watching film. Yeah, like this happening in draft season all the time, right? The Cowboys are in the middle of a quarterback controversy every time, and then somebody said, "Oh, well, Jerry Jones is a big fan of Caleb Williams," and all of a sudden, I was go, "Oh, that means we're gonna trade up." No. I take these tweets for surface level face value. So when it says the Cowboys and the Jets are among many teams monitoring the situation, I read that exactly what it says. That means among many teams, that means 32 teams are monitoring the Davante Adams situation. When Diana Rossini comes out and say, man, Jerry Jones didn't went to the bank and pulled out a stack of money and they having a dice game over the rights to Davante Adams trade. You know what I'm saying? When she starts saying that, then we go, all right, hey, maybe something happened if that's happening. But as of right now, if they're monitoring, we all are monitoring. I wish I knew who was backstage right now. Bleacher Report, right? Because Bleacher Report got a backstage producer person that handles all the stuff going on here, and shouts out to that person. But I wish I knew exactly which one of the, because I actually know a few of them, but I wish I knew exactly who it was so I could be like, oh, John is monitoring the situation. Oh, Jane is monitoring the situation. I wish I knew. But let's get Judge Judy off here. Shouts out to Professor Matt on. He says, I want to tell you, I don't believe it. Shouts out to Matt on. But and get screen share out of there. Cool. Shouts out to Bleach Report, man. They got the new little buttons here for us, but they're monitoring the situation, ladies and gentlemen. That don't mean, that we have any real interest here. Because at the end of the day, honestly, this is what I think is going to happen. I think some other team is going to end up sending Vegas like a 4th round and a 6th round pick for next year, and it's going to get done. And Devontae Smith is owed some money for sure. But I don't think that money is going to be guaranteed after this year. So you'll basically be able to pay Devontae Adams this year and cut him next year and not owe him any more money or whatever. So you're not really on the hook for any long-term Devontae Adams money. So I don't see any harm in just trying to lock him in for a little bit. But man, that's too much work, man. Y'all know how that go. That's too much work, chat. Y'all know how that go. Y'all know how it is. Let me just cut my music off for this. Now, chat, we got to talk. We got to talk. All these other situations, I don't think there's any type of realism in it, okay? I don't think there's any real life stuff going on. I don't think there's any real consideration that we should be taking when we're talking about those other 3 trades. But chat, we might be on to something when I saw this on Twitter the other day. Spotrac, which is a website, so I don't know who this man is in the profile here. Like, who is it? Is your name Spotrac? Is your name like Jeff Spotrac or something? But Spotrac, which is a website that tracks free agency and free agents' money, they basically pocket watch. Spotrac is a pocket watching website, basically. I guess this is a Twitter page that corresponds with that or whatever. Cool. Johnny Spotrac or whatever, he says the Browns converted all but 1.21 million of Amari Cooper's 2024 salary into signing bonus, making him an extremely affordable trade candidate. That's real ass news. That is real ass news, ladies and gentlemen. That ain't nobody saying, oh yeah, nobody's monitoring. Somebody's monitoring Amari Cooper's money. Yeah, we're just keeping an eye on Amari Cooper's salary. You know what I'm saying? This is straight up and down. They've converted all but 1.21, making Amari Cooper a very attractive trade option, affordable trade option. Now, chat, if it's one thing that make the Joneses happy, it's getting a former 1st round pick and signing them for $38, boy. You know the Joneses love a good discount. They love a good discount, ladies and gentlemen. You know that. But man, I started to get a little sad. I started to get a little upset. If this was any other wide receiver, we could have had a real conversation about it. If this was another wide receiver, I think we could have had a real life conversation about it. If this was like DeAndre Hopkins or something, I think that's a real life conversation we could have, because I think Jerry Jones would do it. You want to know why I don't think Jerry Jones would do it? Because Jerry Jones and his ego will get in the way. And the Amari Cooper breakup will show back up to the forefront. It'll all come back to the forefront. Jerry Jones and them and Amari Cooper didn't break up on good terms. It was over the little COVID vaccine nonsense that they was fighting over. One thing that Jerry Wayne Jones ain't gonna do is come out and be like, yeah, man, we was wrong about that. We'll go ahead and, you know what I'm saying? That'll never, ever happen with Jerry Wayne Jones. So even though the money's attractive, and if you trade for Amari Cooper, I'm sure you can get him for cheap, and you would only have to pay him 1.21. Pride is the devil. Pride is the motherfucking devil. As much as Amari Cooper will help us right now, nah, man, that ain't finna happen, bro. Chat, y'all got any questions before I get up out of here? Got any questions before I get up out of here? That is 4 trade rumors that's floating around the Twitterverse right now, the social media verse right now, and I just wanted to give them their proper due, their proper attention and time spent. At the end of the day, I feel like, or I think, and look, let's just keep it a bug, man. If we trade for Amari Cooper tomorrow, I'm gonna run on Bleacher Report and apologize. Yeah, I'm gonna run on Bleacher Report and apologize. What about Gallup? The relationship with Dak is there. He's not better than Tobit or Brooks. I think Gallup don't want to play football no more. I think Gallup's last season, I think he didn't want to play football no more. So that's it, chat. I mean, I would love to come on here and be like, yo, I was wrong, dog. We went to go get Devontae Adams, but that's just not what we do. That's not how we do things here. Now, if I had to bet the Philadelphia Eagles on the phone with everybody trying to get anybody for anything, they just trying to. But no. That ain't happening. Y'all got any questions before I get up out of here? Have you seen the interview of Jerry admitting to holding Kellen back when he was here? For my own mental health, man, I try to avoid Jerry Jones talking for any reason at all. I guess that was the one when he was with Stephen A. Smith, I guess, but they don't care. The stadium is full of people. It's full, and people are buying their merch. They don't care. When will Bland be back? Any reports on progress? We were looking at Bland for to be 8 weeks or something like that. So November or something, possibly. November or something. And I got a source early too, that got in contact with some people in the front office or whatever, and they was like, "Dog, ain't nobody up here even said Devontae Adams' name." And I think they're not looking into Devontae Adams because I think they're just comfortable with what we got. I think they're just comfortable with what we have. So it'll be Ryan Flournoy this week stepping in. Brandon Cooks had a knee infection or something like that. He tried to get something cleaned up and his knee got infected. So, I hope he ends up okay. But Flournoy is probably going to be playing a little bit this week versus Pittsburgh. How many F-ups would it? How many F-ups would Steven make before Jerry fires him? Y'all should watch my show on YouTube. Me and Brian Bars talked about that yesterday. Brian asked that question. I thought it was a fantastic question. I mean, Chris Arnold asked Brian that question. Brian asked me that question. I thought it was fantastic. Appreciate you, K-Ron. Appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. Love y'all to pieces. Yeah, let's see what Flournoy got. Hey, y'all go download the Bleach Report app for a friend. I know y'all got it already because you're watching right now, but for a friend that doesn't have Bleach Report, make sure that they have it downloaded. And hey, download it for a family member too. Get everybody to download the Bleach Report app. They're going to be doing some great things in terms of streaming. So, hey, if you want to read articles, I think they're still going to be doing some of that. But I know for sure, they have a streaming stimulus package coming out. So y'all be sure to tap in with that if y'all like the video aspect of what's going on here at Bleach Report. And they employ a lot of your favorite content creators or whatever. So it ain't just the typical go find a reporter or a writer and ask them to come talk. They're gonna reach out to content creators, and I think that's super important. That's super impressive on behalf of Bleach Report. They do a fantastic job shooting the dice on us. So hopefully we can get some good payback for them. All right. And hey, y'all follow me on YouTube and Twitter, VOCHLOMBARDI. There's the logo right there. All right. Y'all hold down for the dose who wasn't piece of whiskey. Until next time, call the C, say we doing all right. It's a great show. Appreciate you, man. I'll catch y'all over there. Me and Brian doing something tonight, man. Salute. Y'all be good now. Peace.